Boy, the Cowboys are moving really good, and this is a great thing. And let me tell y'all something. We are not putting sugar in this Kool-Aid and all of that good stuff, but what I'm telling you guys, Conor Riley will be your new offensive line coach, and that clears up a lot of things with Klayton Adams because he will be your offensive coordinator, but he is also an offensive line guy. But this was a situation and scenario that Schotty, he reached out to Cooper, Beebe on like, hey, what can these things do to help improve you? Now, keep this in mind. Cooper Beebe, if he's going to be the center, he touches the ball 100% of the time. And when you touch the ball 100% of the time, you want to be able to make sure you have the proper checks, the proper balance, the proper reads. And this is not necessarily only because Cooper Beebe pretty much played under Conor Riley, but Deuce Vaughn did as well. And this is not that as well because K-State, they're a damn good offensive team too, because if you really look at it, and I'm not finna sit back and tell you guys that we're about to embark into a regions of this guy right here, Deuce Vaughn, just running it all over the field. No, this have nothing to do with that. This is not hype talk law over here. But when you start to contextualize everything and say to yourself, all right, cool, I now got a guy that's going to be on this team that can help the offense get to offensing, and especially running the ball when necessary and being a team that can play real football. We are a long, long, long way from the Jeff Blasco's and Mike Solari's and even on the defensive side, Scott McCurley's. We are a long way from there. Now, everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And when we start to talk about these little few things, the smallest things that you can imagine, right, really helps propel you. Schotty reached out not just for the sake that Cooper Beebe was a guy that played under the system, but reached out to pick his brain. They flew him in, and they fell in love with his interview, from what I was told. And I'm telling y'all, man, that this situation and scenario, this can happen good for us because now we finally will see a dedication to a system. Now, Deuce Vaughn, he's been in the doghouse with most people, right? And he's been a guy that had lack of touches. And on top of that, we've been sitting back saying, hey, why would you bring this guy in if you're not going to play him, give him time to run the ball, right? Well, ultimately, he will have time to run the ball now in this particular system because what if I told you his all-purpose yards, and this is not me putting sugar on this stuff, y'all, because his all-purpose yards was right up there with Jahmyr Gibbs and right up there with Bijan Robinson. Well, now you got a guy that knows how to utilize and use them. But Cowboy Nation, don't do this to us now. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, don't do this to us. And I'm talking about all-purpose yards. And I know Tiny Deuce Vaughn. Well, we call them the Tiny Boys, Tiny Boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, please don't do this to us and say, let's not draft a running back because we got our running back at the house, Deuce Vaughn and Hunter Luepke. But what this can do by bringing in that somebody that know how to utilize and use him could be a situation that they can also know how to utilize and use Genty, Trayvon Henderson, Devin Neal, the list goes on and on. Cam Scatterboo, So that's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it from the positive aspect of it, that you can utilize and use these guys in multiple different ways. But shout out to Conor Riley, who finished in top 10 in most categories in his offense in their particular conference. And that is a good thing, a great thing. I'm hearing people from K-State. They are kind of like in the middle. They're like, hey, we love Coach for getting the opportunity. But we want him here. They wanted him to stay and continue to work. But you can't blame a man for getting an opportunity to be able to coach on the highest of the highest levels as it relates to this game. So this is all good news, and there will still be people to frown upon this, spit upon this, and all of that stuff. And I get it, because right now we are a bunch of bitter fans. But when you look at the fullness of the pictures of everything, it will be a situation and scenario that this will work out to its fullness. And according to the report, and shout out to Pat Nosey Walker, who's doing an unbelievable job, he also have relations with Hunter Luepke. They crossed paths before he coached him in some capacity. So this is a situation that we can all say, reunited, and it feels so good. This could be that, Cowboy Nation. So shout out to him. Check out Pat Nosey Walker's article. Yes, so this would be, look, Phil says he crossed paths with Hunter Luepke before, and he says briefly, but Luepke was a red shirt that season. But we all know how that goes when you are in the likes of college, right? You still got to go to training drills. You still got to go through playbook and stuff like that. So knowing someone is a plus. And it's a plus for us, Cowboy Nation. Give me your thoughts. Give me your concerns of all of this. I'm excited of the staff. And I love the fact that Schotty is not just bringing in his buddies. Hey, man, we went to school together. Come on. Hey, man, you over there. Come on over here. Hey, then we play basketball before together and come on over. No, he's not doing that. He's looking for the brightest minds, the best pieces, and he's trying to assemble this team together. We may have our thoughts on Schotty. We may have our thoughts on Eberflus. But I want you guys to create your thoughts on this staff completely, because I'm seeing something that could work its way out. Now put that Kool-Aid pitcher down, the spoon and the ice, and the packet, put it all down. Don't get it twisted. We ain't finna pour it up and mix it up and start drinking it. We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go, and I'm talking about this long. Long way to go. So let's see how far we can go with this. Cowboy Nation, post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. We're going to end up drafting Cam Scatterboo. I've been saying that man's name too much, man. It's going to happen, watch. We're going to get Cam Scatterboo over here, and we probably pass up on Genty and them. But it's all good. We're going to run that ball. Tiny Deuce Vaughn. Tiny boys. What you going to do? What you going to do when we come for you? And shout out to Cooper Beebe. It's about to go down, baby. Yeah, let's go. Peace. Tiny boys.